What's up everyone? I'm going to respond to Hench's response to my Earthling Ed video. He's mentally ill and kind of fun to watch in a sad way.
Here is my critique of a spherage critique of an Earthling Ed video. Yeah, I think that made sense.
My music is so terrible. Yeah. Hi everybody, the religious freak Earthling Ed.
Religious freak? The only time I've seen Earthling Ed speaking to religion is because someone is using religion as an excuse for harming animals.
Somebody who doesn't know who he is would believe that he's a Jehovah's Witness. 100%.
And seeing what they think about
You're so freaking pale, man.
animals into our circle of moral consideration as well.
Sick guy.
You look very pale relative to me. I don't accuse you of being anemic. You said yourself the UK.
This is about him, and he looks anemic as hell. Even the vegans understand that he doesn't look healthy.
If not, we know that you're just talking out of your.
Should we kind of consider all humans within our moral consideration and kind of grant a kind of blanket equality to everyone to have the right to life? Absolutely. Yeah. And what is it about that?
That's all he talks about. Religion.
No, animal rights. You have to come out with such weird
morals
to try and paint veganism in a bad light. You should give up already.
Religion's created morals. It's the rules that we are supposed to live by. We are supposed to treat human beings in a specific way. And because we are also animals, it should apply to all of the animals.
Oh dear, your argument is completely flawed and absolute BS. Most religions, including Christianity, which you're speaking to here, have no consideration for animal rights whatsoever. You are completely debunked. Could really finish the video here.
Of course, is he joking? That's not at all what I said.
I am fully aware that there are incidental deaths caused by the harvesting of crops. Unfortunately, we have to eat something. Who are eating the most crops? 140 billion farmed animals or a few million vegans? Once we've dealt with animal agriculture, which is the #1 cause of animal deaths, hopefully farmers will then look at other ways to grow crops, minimising the incidental death of other animals. That is my hope.
They don't. Cows are supposed to eat grass, sheep should also eat grass, and so on. It's completely irrelevant what factory farmed animals eat because the meat eaters don't want to eat the meat and the vegans don't want to support it anyway. We don't need any grains for those animals or for humans. It's unhealthy for all of us. Just stop the crop deaths altogether. There's no reason for it. Care about that. They only care about the slaughterhouse footage shown in the documentaries that brainwashed them.
I didn't watch any slaughterhouse footage until well after I'd gone vegan. I went vegan once I realised that we don't need to harm animals, so therefore it's cruel to do so.
Most of which is faked. This has been proven. They actually pay the workers to torture the animals.
Oh my God. One, it's been proven. Show me the evidence. Show me the evidence. Put it on the screen now so that I know that that's true. I know that it's complete bullshit because vegans do not cause harm to other animals. Therefore, they would be unable to do it.
Who pays them? The companies, organizations behind veganism. Yes, that's really how twisted it is.
People like big broccoli.
Anyway, this is what they do. Boy. The grain and the sugar industries are the richest industries there are. Who do you think funds veganism? This guy has never looked into anything. All of the vegan events, the marches, are all funded by billionaires. Come on. There's many people speaking out. You can find it all over the internet. Just look at the fake slaughterhouse footage. It's being covered up all the time. God, this guy. To appeal to weak and emotional slaves. It's mentally ill people who fall for it.
Weak? No. Emotional? Yes, we're emotional beings. We should feel emotions.
You're very weak. If you gotta use drugs,
I do whatever the hell I want. And I've never been diagnosed with or suffered from a mental illness. Thank you very much.
Religions are anti-nature.
Job veganism's not a religion then. Not like some cults that sacrifice animals.
All of the morals are satanic.
Yeah, treating others with kindness is really evil.
We are obligate carnivores and these man-made rules will only make human beings unhealthy.
If we are obligate carnivores, meaning we must eat animals in order to live, I would have died about 7.5 years ago.
No,
Hello?
man, you're
Do you know
degenerating.
what
That's
you're
why you're
saying?
mentally
So it
ill.
makes it difficult when we're like talking about a starfish, for instance, like where's sentience there? Like, you know, I think it just issue becomes.
You don't die from micronutrient
Sort of a good
deficiency.
point. Feel like, you know,
That's a reason why we
that
keep
line should be drawn
cats
maybe a
and
little
dogs
farther
as
away, but
pets.
I
We
do
can
think
only
that we
relate
feel
to
a solidarity with
carnivores.
humanity that we don't.
Yeah, we have absolutely no carnivorous instincts, which is why people are always disgusted when their cats bring back half-dead animals with their guts trailing all over the floor. Also,
Nobody in
about
nature is
mice,
disgusted.
guinea pigs, gerbils, hamsters, tortoises, etc. Lots of people have a deep affinity with the horses they keep. You don't get much more herbivorous than that.
Okay, so if we branch the question out further and we say,
All that he's talking about
outside
is
of just
living
the
by
human
man-made
context, what about,
rules.
say, all non-human
It's very
animals as
messed
well?
up.
Should they be granted some sort of notion
That
of
is
consideration?
enslavement.
Absolutely.
No, it's not. Enslavement is when you exploit others for your own benefit. You know, like what you do to animals.
That's exactly what vegans do. This is what he's promoting.
Because
I think you'll find that Earthling Ed is a human, so therefore he wouldn't want humans to be enslaved because he would be enslaved. That's really, really idiotic.
He is.
You know, just
He's a brainwashed slave. That's the whole point of the fucking video. In an argument, because if you follow religion, which 99% of people do, and yes, most of them call themselves atheists, they're super religious.
People that are totally against religion are super religious. This is the sort of dumb mental gymnastics that one has to do to make themselves.
They can't
feel
even
okay
grasp the
about hurting
video.
Animals.
Morals were created to enslave us. That's why we learned them as kids already. There's a right and wrong, good and bad. Has anybody ever heard of that in nature? No, of course not, because it's man-made ideas.
You keep going on about natural and man-made, forgetting that man is born of nature. It is in our nature to be compassionate, which is why we have mirror neurons in our brains, allowing us to feel others' pain and suffering as our own. We have to go against our
Your
intrinsic
family.
nature in order to hurt animals, which is why people
Huh.
do not.
Did you
want
see
to
that? He has this color filter on the video, which had just faded out, and you could see his actual skin tone, which was pale blue. Wow. Interesting what the editors of the videos do to make him look good, as much as they can. Very interesting.
Inside their slaughterhouses.
Most of the people he talks to, whether they call themselves atheists or Christians, all still follow the same religious beliefs as him. So they cannot even win an argument with him because they already have the same beliefs.
Well, I'm certainly not brainwashed by religion. I've never read a religious text in my entire life. I don't purposely
Everybody
harm
is.
animals because I'm intelligent enough to realise that they would not like it.
Here's the problem with these two. He's a vegetarian, which means that he eats eggs and dairy, I suppose. Either way, he's getting a lot of the animal nutrients, which Ed, the anemic guy, is not getting. He's severely sick.
Just because you keep saying something does not make it a fact. Prove it.
The vegetarian doesn't understand that once the milk
Just
products
look at
are
him.
gone, that he
Look
will
at what
be
he's
just as
wearing,
malnourished
both of them.
as Ed. Complete disconnection from nature.
Bit like your complete disconnection from nutritional science and facts.
I imagine it's a
What does
pretty,
that mean?
Bloody and kind of
By nature, I guess it is.
Yeah.
So if they, let's say, cut their throats, right, in a slaughterhouse, just when I say the word, like the phrase, we cut an animal's throat, do you think that objectively speaking, that would be seen as a violent act?
I do think that's violent. Yeah.
Perfect example. He admits to being a Satanist. He said that by nature it's bloody, meaning that he is against nature.
Wait a minute. You keep accusing Ed of being religious and getting his morals from Christianity. Then you take his use of the word nature out of context to accuse him of being a Satan worshipper. Which is it, dum-dum? Because you can't accuse him of being two polar opposites.
Whether they are officially part of a religion or not, obviously all of them are if they are part of veganism. It is a religion by every definition of the word.
Except for the
The point is that his morals, the rules he lives by, come from religions. A Satanist is simply somebody who is anti-nature. I see all of the religions, Christianity, Buddhism, etc., as satanic.
actual definition, which is the belief in and worship of a god or gods.
By the way, most of them don't even have a god, only the very popular religions. Nourish and hydrate us. It's the best liquid food you could possibly drink.
No, the reason they bleed is simply because they're wounded. Blood, like every other animal product, is far from a good source of food. There is zero fibre in all the animal products. Therefore, there's nothing to feed the Prevotella strains of gut bacteria that make fibre into the short.
Man, I wish he was joking.
Colonocytes. With no food source, these colonic mucosal cells have no energy with which to bind tightly together, which opens up their junctions, allowing in undigested particles of protein, causing allergies, immune diseases, and pathogens to get inside our bloodstream.
Terrible script,
Ever
man.
wondered why short-sighted people such as vegetable police that choose to follow your advice can tolerate less and less and less and less healthy plant foods? There's your answer.
And I have nothing to do with vegetable police. I've never talked to
How
him.
do we then, when we have an
So
abundance
for them, of
options,
course,
how do we
veganism is perfect
pay
because
someone to cut the throat?
when he eats cooked meat, I have nothing to do with
No,
that.
I mean, I do.
Why does he keep having to put words into other people's mouths? I am not anti-human, and I have never been anti-human. The only charity that I actually
All
donate
vegans are
money to
anti-human,
actually protects
by
human
definition.
children, for sake.
And they hate themselves, of course.
Oh, of course.
Veganism stems from self-hate.
Nah, actually, I think that I'm pretty awesome. Guess again, you silly goose.
If I was to treat you humanely, what
Why the hell do you take drugs then?
in what manner?
All drug addicts are suicidal and depressed.
It's probably like as is rightful to treat another human, but I guess it
That's where it derives from, the word human.
Sure.
But I guess it's synonyms with
It doesn't whatsoever. Humane derives from how humans are by nature.
No, it doesn't.
Killing an animal that's the vegan definition that they show on Google. When you look at the history of the word, it comes from human.
The Earth is flat, exercise is unhealthy, and murder is the most humane act.
And flip it around, he actually makes sense.
Killing an animal is the most humane thing you could possibly do. If you want to torture them to adrenalize the blood before, then that's up to you. That's humane because that's what humans do in nature.
I've never seen that. If it's in your nature, then I realise why we can't see eye to eye. It's because you're psychotic.
I don't expect any vegans to understand.
I wasn't vegan for the first 38 years of my life. Not once did I consider it humane to torture an animal. Get help, mate.
For example, if you find
You're
a
a brainless
plant
slave of
hurt
society.
quite badly on the
What do you
sidewalk, and you bring it to a vet, which doesn't exist in nature, to heal it, that would be satanic.
Were you being satanic when you went to hospital because of that terrible infection that you got from eating dead animals? Because there's no hospitals in nature.
Do you think there's a compassionate or benevolent way to take?
What infection? What are you talking about? Why do you lie? I'm pretty sure that vegan gains made this up. Obviously, that never happened. It's just the vegans just make shit up. Like, what infection? What the fuck is he talking about?
Like an animal if we don't have to.
He says we don't have to. That's of course wrong. There's over 50 nutrients that you can't get from plants.
Please, Sferridge, not the bullshit 15 again. You know, the majority of non-essential nutrients which we make from plant precursors, much like the animals that you like to torture.
There's no proof for this. Nobody has ever debunked the 50 nutrients that you can't get from plants. I had the debate with vegan gains. Everybody knows that I own them big time. There's no other vegan who has ever even tried to because they know that they can't. I have studies that prove it. They already fell at the first letter of the alphabet. We cannot convert the precursors to vitamin A, and vitamin A is not found in plants at all. So 50% of UK women cannot get vitamin A. You cannot debunk this. It's impossible. And so on with all the other vitamins.
And eat. And why haven't you spoken to my video where I showed your day of eating and the 9 essential nutrients that we must get from our food? Why has that one slipped under your radar? Could it be because I'm right and you can't debunk?
I skipped through the video. It was not worth responding to, but if you want me to debunk you quickly, you put down a few minerals which I supposedly didn't get enough of. Even though plants have anti-nutrients that have been proven to bind to minerals, which means that vegans don't get enough of the minerals. They hardly get any of them already, but when you have the anti-nutrients, then what do you end up with? Fucking nothing. Whereas I get more than enough, but because you put down the wrong foods in Chronometer, which are some random foods, you don't even have any idea what I exactly ate. It's just an absolute joke. Nobody can even take it serious.
Okay.
There's also another documentary called Land of Hope and Glory.
Almost all of the footage is fake.
The 100 different clips in that film, taken from a range of different farms and slaughterhouses, vast majority of it is standard practice. Why would anyone seek to fake that?
It wouldn't even matter if
But at the
it
same time,
wasn't, and you would have to simply
traditional farming
buy
practice.
it
So those two
from
I'd recommend.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to
different places.
Different places that employ the exact same barbaric standard practices.
And you should support local farms. They show beating
Local farms
up
that
and so
employ
on.
the exact same standard barbaric, horrible, nasty, disgusting practices.
These people aren't fuck, man. They're totally mental. How can you not see it? Animals are treated.
Oh yes we are, son. I know, because I'm one of them.
They're using this to tell people not to eat meat at all. Doesn't even make sense.
Sverige, I think
You're so
you'll
full of
find
anger,
that
you
not
appear to
killing
be
animals
psychotic,
is a
for
very
real.
important step in the non-harming of animals. I don't believe that you are really this stupid. You're just acting willfully ignorant to try and make it seem okay to be cruel, which of course any non-psychotic person will disagree with.
Alright, so there you go. He completely ignores
Your complete bull list of nutrients that are either in a vegan diet are non-essential, meaning that we, like the animals we eat, make them from plant precursors, are
No
supplied
proof.
by the sun, or is the one that is no longer in our environment because we sterilize everything.
Okay, he mentions the sun. What about people who don't get any sun? What about people from Canada, Finland, Sweden? What do they do most of the month? They don't get any vitamin D if they're vegan. No response. Oh yeah, you can't respond to it. No vegan can respond to it.
That 38% of Americans, mostly meat eaters, are deficient in, and is easily supplied by a supplement. The exact same
Supplements don't
that is
work,
in the
there's no
flesh
proof.
of the farmed animals that you eat. Now, how about the
Iron, saturated fat, trans fats, cholesterol, natural and artificial hormones, arachidonic acid, carnitine and choline that produce trimethylamine, NEU5GC, mTOR, heterocyclic amines, polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, glycotoxins, nitrites, bacteria, endotoxins, viruses, dioxins, PCB, mercury, DDT, arsenic, phosphates, and antibiotics.
He's listing a bunch of artificial stuff which is not naturally in animals. Nature. Irrelevant
fully
once
realizes
again.
that we're part of nature and that we're destroying our very home. It's not survival of the fittest anymore, it's survival of the harmonious. Therefore, we need to stop mass producing animals and destroying the environment.
How are you harmonious? Whatever we feel like. Even though every animal only has one natural diet, which they have to eat to be healthy.
Exactly. Any animal that looks like a cat, be it a huge tiger or a tiny little kitten, naturally eats meat. Anything that resembles a horse, be it a donkey or a zebra, naturally eats grass and vegetables. Given enough abundance, anthropoid primates, anthropoid meaning human-like, will eat exclusively of plants.
There will never be a way around it.
Exactly.
Alright, how do you measure what an animal's natural diet is? You look at what they eat in nature. There's no human who eats only plants in nature. There's no records of it, nothing. That has never in a million years happened. So we know 100% that humans eat meat in nature. It's not even something to argue about. This is ridiculous, man. Come on. And horses also eat birds, as I have shown in footage, and other rodents, cows do the same. None of them eat only plants. Vegans are the only ones who have now decided to only eat plants. What a joke.
So you better change your ways pretty quickly. Some people are dumb enough to think that your views on nutrition actually make sense. Click on this video now to continue having the thrill of your life. Well, maybe not the best thrill you've ever had, but definitely up there between Meat of the Matter having to take down his video on the NHS doctor and the time that Sverige had paint dumped over his head.
It's funny how he has to stand there for the people who control him. He looks so retarded, man. Alright, also about the paint, again you can see that he laughs at an animal. Humans are animals being hurt. And the vegan who did it also probably enjoyed it. They enjoy hurting animals. They're anti-human. I don't know how somebody cannot see it. Only vegans are delusional enough not to see it. Alright, yeah, hysterical guy. Thanks for watching, everyone.